Producer, pull him up.
No, that is AI.
It is not.
You're
Connor. Welcome to World's Wildest.
Your favorite podcast.
You know what someone said that their favorite intro is when I said, welcome to World's Wildest, and you say, hello.
Hello.
Maybe we could both just start with, hello.
Hello.
That sucks.
That is great. We just need to be consistent in 2025.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
Bye,
Then we need to figure it out now. Our intro, now.
Okay.
Because we are running out of time.
We are.
Surely next episode we'll have one. Guys, welcome to the podcast where we tell you about some of Earth's most extreme creatures.
Some really extreme creatures.
We take a lot of viewer suggestions for these topics.
It's almost exclusively viewer suggestion now, right?
It is exclusively viewer suggestion now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done, let's see, we've done world's coldest, world's roundest, smelliest, stealthiest, hottest, oldest, yappiest, crankiest, stinkiest, rudest, etc., etc. And this week we're doing world's longest, which I am shocked that I have not even heard a giggle from you.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh. Okay.
I talked to our producer about that, how I want to weave this in, but like I'm also maturing, and it's just not as funny as it used to be.
Okay, right. And who is this suggestion from?
It is from Ryan Dunham, 98, and they had a lot of suggestions.
Thank you.
And this was one of them that we picked from there. So thank you so much.
Hooray! Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for watching the podcast. And thank you for checking us out on Patreon. You can get the episodes ad-free over there. And we have extra content on there. And we have a really good time. And we compete in challenges.
Do you want to know what our best episode is? Besides our very first one?
What?
World's newest, number 4.
Really?
Yeah. So that was, and then number 2 was pretty high. And then the 4th ranked one is the Pride Month one we did. So it was pretty cool.
Neato. Well, today we have world's longest.
A lot of long things to talk about.
I win because my first one is the longest animal on Earth.
Really?
I knew we were going to have this conversation.
Okay.
You think you have the longest one?
Alive. You're the one that's alive.
Yes.
Yes.
You have a prehistoric one.
I have a prehistoric one, yeah.
I have the current longest animal on Earth. Its scientific name is Linnaeus longissimus.
Nice. I have to record my Latin pronunciation
Linnaeus
first and then play it.
longissimus.
Very nice.
The bootlace worm.
Okay.
Usually, they're between 15 and 50 feet long.
That's a very long worm.
Guess how long they
miles.
can be.
Oh. Like theoretically or actually?
Like the longest they can be.
69 feet.
No.
Oh.
A freaking worm in the freaking ocean. 180 feet long.
Oh my god. That is longer than the prehistoric animal I have.
It's a worm that can be 180 feet long.
Is it deep sea?
Yeah, that's 55 millimeters long. Was that deep? I mean, they live in colder waters like coastlines of the Netherlands.
I feel
they're like you could find one if you were in the coastlines of the Netherlands.
I feel like an animal could easily just come eat it in half. Like how is that strategic?
Well,
like, how
here's
is that
here's what they look like. At least the pictures that I've found. A lot of times they're kind of coiled up like that, but otherwise they snake along the sea floor.
That's I feel like I'm looking at just tiny intestines. Just piles of it with different shades of brown and red.
Yeah, audio listeners, it's
soy noodles.
As a certified worm lover, it's a lot of worm.
You're a worm lover?
Yeah, okay. I love bugs. And I love worms, and this is a lot of worm.
Should we put worms in our pollinator garden at Alveus now? I want to do that. Let's do it.
Sure.
I'm gonna order some right now.
So 180 feet long, 55 meters long. That's 5 school buses. That's almost 2.5 blue whales.
How many of you?
36.
36 Mayas.
36 Mayas of worm.
That's crazy.
They're also only usually like 5 to 10 millimeters in width. So they're like skinny and super long.
Right.
They're also poisonous as heck. So when they're irritated, they'll release this mucus that can paralyze and kill crustaceans because they will eat crustaceans. They do it for hunting, and they also use it as defense. It's non-toxic to humans, though, so you cannot die via bootlace worm. And we have a video of one of them eating. Did you ever play Slither.io? Everybody's played Slither.io.
Like, well, I've seen it.
On a browser or whatever.
Right.
It's that little game on is it a browser? Yeah, it's just a browser game. And it's like a little snake, and you go around and you eat other snakes, and then you get bigger as you eat more snakes.
And then if you get eaten in half, you die, right?
Yes.
Or no, if you run into someone, you die.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I know that one.
We have a video of
Slither.io.
Of them eating. It is so Slither.io, you're not even going to believe it. Audio listeners, imagine like a snake, because it does eat it like a snake, but it's eating this long, I don't know what that is, I'm going to be honest.
It's some sort of like insect. It looks like a centipede.
But it's the same width, it's the same size as the freaking worm, and it just snakes along it and eats the whole thing. And it eats it like
it's efficient.
It looks
too.
like it's unhinging its jaws a little bit. Like it looks like how a snake eats something.
That's insane. Yeah, and it quickly. This doesn't look sped up at all.
No,
it quickly eats it, and it just moves through it so fast. And yeah, that's crazy cool.
World's most Slither.io.
Yeah. Okay.
I win.
Yep. It's kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah, it's really cool. They have a extendable poisonous proboscis. So when they go to grab something, they like snatch it out with their proboscis. I have a picture of its head just for fun because look how cute he is.
It is pretty cute. I like it. A little phallic, but
are you being
like
honest?
It. Yeah, I do. I like it.
You think it's cute?
Yes.
It doesn't have any features.
Exactly. What can you get scared of?
It is.
You want to boop it. Boop the
It looks like if you zoomed in on like a matchstick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Not much.
Smooth edges.
Smooth. You know what? He's cute. I like him. And then I also have a picture of it eating, just so you can see how like snake-like it is when they're swallowing something. They really freaking gotta extend around something. Anyway, my first one is a very strong start, and it is the longest animal on Earth. That's the bootlace worm, everybody. You go around to your next party, and you say, hey, I'm Jack. Did you know that the bootlace worm can be up to 180 feet long? That's almost 2.5 blue whales.
It's a really good fact.
And they'll say,
36
oh my God,
miles.
Jack. That's so cool. What a crazy fact. Thank you for sharing.
Where'd you learn that? World's Wildest.
youtube.com/World's Wildest. That's where I learned that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wanted to play a little game.
Oh.
And it's only positives for you. It's only negatives for me. So I've got a few paper towels, and I'm mad at you for not letting me have a full bucket of water, but
audio listeners,
got this bucket of water here.
This is not going to work. Connor has a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And he thinks I can dump that on his head with all of the tech in this beautiful, dry, mold-free treehouse.
It holds 12 quarts. I had about 10 quarts in there. And you're like, no. And so now there's about 4, which, whatever. 4 quarts, exactly, with the measuring thing. So here's what it is. And I have 11 questions about the longest things in the world.
Okay.
And
are they multiple choice?
No.
Oh, God. Okay.
I can make them multiple choice.
Nah.
I didn't get that far. If you get 7 of 11, you get to dump this bucket of water on me.
7 is a lot.
Yeah.
Like free answer. Okay.
I think you'll get pretty close. But also, I'm not trying to get too terribly wet on this episode.
Okay.
Another one. But I'm also wearing a white t-shirt. I didn't realize that when I chose that.
Ooh.
So
he's crazy.
So you don't have a time limit necessarily, and the producer is going to keep track of how many questions you get right. So the first one, and when you get the answer right, the picture will pop up as well. So longest land animal, tail. What's the longest tail of a land animal. It's a weird way to phrase it at first. Sorry.
Longest tail.
Longest tail of a land animal. I just
Uh,
specify because whales. Like, where does the tail begin? Where does it end?
cheetah.
No. Wrong. Giraffe.
Right.
They've got a lot of long things.
I think, in my defense, proportionally to its body, giraffes kind of look like they have short tails.
Sure.
And cheetahs look like they have long tails, but giraffes are like really big.
So giraffes have 8-foot long tails. There's like their max 2.4 meters. They have to use it to swat flies, like up around their like neck and stuff like that.
Frick. Stupid. Okay.
If you get this one, I'm gonna count it as 2. Okay. This one's tough. It's kind of a trick question here. Longest lifespan.
It's a trick question?
No.
Longest lifespan of anything?
Animal.
And
I say animal because I have one fact. I'm giving you a little hint. One fact that I really like. You're like, yep, that's an animal.
Oh. Coral?
It's in that category. Yeah, give me a species.
A species of coral?
It's in that underwater family. I'm not getting wet today. This is nice. Audio listeners, Maya looks very puzzled. I have stumped her for the first time in my life. She says, I'm so good at trivia. You're getting wet today. I said, no, I don't think so.
A sea sponge. I don't know.
That's so damn close. It's a glass sponge.
What the heck is that?
So they found one that was 11,000 years old, but scientists think they can theoretically live up to 15,000 years.
That's messed up, glass sponge.
I'm giving
What are you doing for all that time?
Because I offered you 2 points for that. I'm giving you 1 point for a sponge.
Okay.
That's because that's damn close.
I'll take it. Slay.
All right. Longest tongue. What animal has the longest tongue? Land animal. I didn't actually look at the sea animals, but land animal.
A giant anteater.
Let's go. Giant anteater, 2 feet or 61 centimeters. They got to get down into those ant and termite colonies, and they eat around 30,000 insects a day. And they flick their tongue 150 times a minute. It's fast because they got to eat fast. They got to get the small ones.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy. So Maya has 2, and we're on question 4.
Okay.
Longest mating session. I feel like you should get this one.
Ooh, that's tough. Longest mating session.
Yes.
Are insects included? Okay, it's not an insect.
Yeah, it's not an insect. I don't think an insect would beat this one.
Frick. Is it that freaking, is it the little furry brown, the little freaking, it's like a, this is wrong.
You did like a whole sex
I know.
thing. Yeah.
I see him in my mind.
All right, I'll give you here. What they're known for doing some crazy stuff other than that. Do you know some more facts about it? And you might be able to get a point for this. I almost made this 20 questions. I'm glad we only missed it 11.
I'm going cool.
With what? You're going what?
Cool. It's not cool.
It's an antechinus.
Okay, what the hell?
It is a small.
I have not done that.
So they're crazy. So I think they're in Australia. They've had a recorded 14-hour mating session before, and the males at age 11 months will mate furiously for like 2 to 4 weeks. They won't eat anything. They won't eat much, and they pump their body full of corticosteroids, and they will have sex until they die.
Is there a different common name for it? I don't recognize that name.
Antechinus?
Antechinus? He is what I was seeing something like that. Little brown furry guy.
Let me see. I don't.
Freak of the week here, listeners.
Brood-footed mice.
All right, whatever.
Entechinus is a genus of small.
I'm not doing great. I'll be honest.
Brown Entechinus. Yeah, there's a few of them, but yeah, that was crazy to learn about. Okay, so what you alluded to earlier, that I'm very much more mature than I was.
Longest penis.
Yes, longest penis.
Not proportional to its body size, just
Correct.
period.
Just period.
Blue
penis.
whale.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many Mayas is it? Do you think? That's what it looks like. I don't know if we can show this on YouTube.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Just use your imagination. It looks like something else. How many Mayas?
Yes.
Is it like 8 feet long?
9.8 feet or 3 meters, max size that they found. So 2 Mayas.
Ish.
Yeah. Okay. 14 inches in diameter or 36 centimeters. They're quite large.
Yeah.
So she's got 4 now. Is that right? Or 3?
3.
3. Oh, you've only got 3? Well, we're on 6. So you can only get 1 wrong. Is that math out? Something like that?
I don't know.
Longest gestation period, aka pregnancy for a land animal.
Longest gestation period for a land animal.
What is the animal? We've talked about this before. It was one of my...
Elephant.
What kind of elephant? Got 50-50 shot here.
An African elephant.
Yep. Congratulations.
Let's go.
22 months.
Let's go.
All right. 4. All right. You got 4 right. Now we're on 7. Question 7. What is the longest egg brooding period for an animal?
Like how long it incubates eggs?
Sorry. The animal. The actual animal. What animal
kind of
does... I worded that wrong. What kind of animal has the record for the longest brooding period?
I don't know this one.
All right, I'll give you. You've got 3 questions to help narrow it down. Yes or no questions. Go.
Is it a bird of prey?
No.
Wait. I hate this. Okay. Is it a large bird?
It's. I'm not going to count. There's no bird.
It's not a bird?
It's not a bird.
Wait, I thought the question was about birds. It's
brooding.
Who incubates the longest?
No, brooding.
Brooding.
Egg brooding.
Is it a reptile?
No, that's 2 questions. You got 1 more.
It's not a bird and it's not is it an insect?
No.
Am I stupid?
All right, do you have any other guesses?
Repeat the question.
What animal is known to have the longest egg brooding period?
Can you use egg brooding in a sentence, please?
This animal
has the longest egg brooding period.
Was seen hovering over its eggs for...
And it's not a bird and it's not a reptile and it's not...
5 years.
What?
Or 53 months.
And it's not a bird and it's not a reptile and it's not an insect. So what is it, a freaking platypus?
Give me your final answer here. It's not a platypus, but give me your final answer.
The fuck East... Oh, sorry.
Bleep it out.
The Easter Bunny.
I got her upset. It is a deep sea octopus. And this was her. It was recorded by the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute in California. Kept an eye on her for 53 months or 4.5 years. What they thought was crazy was like their average lifespan is only 2 years in the wild.
That's crazy.
And they could ID her based off these unique scars on her. And she was just seen hovering, brooding over these eggs for that long. And they don't know if they became viable or they got destroyed because when they came back with their deep sea rover, they were gone. I mean, maybe they were hatched or maybe they... I would feel like they were duds. Like there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
But in these cold deep sea waters, everything's way slower. Metabolic rates are way slower. So
that's crazy.
Very interesting. 4. We're on question 8, so you need 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 left, so you can only have one more. Okay. What animal has the longest migration?
Oh man.
You don't have to give me the exact species, but like the family, I guess, the genus. Yeah, the family.
Passerine. Like songbirds.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Wrong. Arctic tern.
Oh, frick. Stupid.
So the average round trip is 25,000 miles or 40,000 kilometers. But one was recorded to go 60,000 miles or 96,000 kilometers in 1 year, which is twice the distance around the Earth.
That's insane.
It is crazy.
How miserable. No offense to terns, but like I just would not do that.
Yeah, it sounds horrible. All right, question 9. What animal, living or extinct, has the longest claw?
Living or extinct?
Yes. That's kind of a trick question.
The giant sloth?
No. Close, though, kind of. It is, I gotta play it for myself.
Giant armadillo?
Hold on.
Therizinosaurus. Therizinosaurus.
Therizinosaurus.
What the heck is it? What the frick is that?
It's extinct, obviously. Therizinosaurus.
No, I've seen one of these.
Their claw was 3.2 feet long or 1 meter, nicknamed the scythe lizard. It died 70 to 75 million years ago.
Audio listeners, it looks like if Stompy and a T-Rex were mixed together, but it has freaking stilettos, fingernails on his little arms.
It's crazy. So, yeah, I have to record my pronunciations of Latin. But this next one, I did not do it because there's no
these
way
aren't multiple choice, and you thought I was just gonna whip out the Latin names.
If you got close to it, you might. I would have given you a point for it.
Okay.
Next time, I'll give you multiple choice.
Okay.
You said you were good at trivia.
Okay, I'm not gonna whip out Latin names for a prehistoric extinct animal.
If you would have given me scythe lizard, I would have been like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. Stupid idiot.
So, question 10. I will give you 2 points for this one. Because this one's hard. You're going to give me the common name. So, what animal has the longest scientific name?
I don't know. Some insect.
Yeah, okay. What else?
Mite.
3 questions.
A species of mite.
No. I don't know if you get this one.
Species of mantis.
Nope. One more question.
An ant.
It's a Southeast Asian soldier fly. Producer, if you could bring up the Latin name, which has 42 letters in it, which is the longest scientific name. Maya, you're really good at Latin and apparently trivia.
No, I'm not.
Could you please try to say that Latin name?
Parastratios sphencomlia stratiosphencomiotis.
Nice. That was way better than I can do. So.
Thank you. Audio listeners, we're looking at a little freaking wasp, but it kind of looks like maybe it's not a wasp. Sorry, it's a soldier fly, but it kind of looks like a wasp, and it looks like a thread-waisted wasp. She's giving Kim Kardashian.
Okay. Are you ready for the last question?
Yep, this is the comeback.
3 points if you get the exact
Connor
name.
I hate to spoil this for you and everyone listening, but it's not going to happen.
You might, because you're from California. Okay.
Poppy.
California
quail.
If you get close, you get 2 points. What tree is the longest tree?
The longest?
Yeah. Tallest.
The
longest.
sequoia.
Okay. Yes, that's worth 2 points. But do you know the name of the sequoia?
Like his name?
The tree's
like the name of the individual?
That individual tree. It's world famous. A California massive driver of people vacationing there. Tourists, that's the word. Starts with an H.
Henry. Starts with an H. And it's a sequoia tree.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Henry's my final answer.
All right, Hyperion.
Okay.
You didn't know?
No, I've never heard that in my life.
You're a California.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, yes, it's a sequoia. It's a redwood.
Wait, is Hyperion the species of sequoia?
No.
It's his name.
Yes, his name.
Okay.
It is 380.8 feet tall.
Yeah, that's stupid.
116.07 meters tall. Taller than the London or Big Ben.
Yeah.
In London. And it's massive. Audio listeners, we have like a scale of how big Hyperion is versus everything else. So I am not getting drenched in water today.
I'm kind of stoked about that, if I'm being honest. I was not thrilled about.
Well, we need to come up with
that.
punishments because I like being.
Can I just have like a water gun or something?
No, that's boring.
Okay.
Like, could you? I've always wanted you to tase me.
I'm not tasing you.
That's crazy. But okay. Well, that was mine.
Excellent.
If you guys liked that kind of segment, let us know in the comments. Maybe I'll do it a bit more. If you like to see Maya sweat and get really mad.
It's fun for me. I thought that was great.
It was a little mix up. I like it. What do you got next?
This one I think is hilarious. It's called a lion's mane jellyfish.
Okay.
So this is the largest species of jellyfish.
Okay.
And when you imagine, are you familiar with these?
I mean, from SpongeBob a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so when you think of like the largest species of jellyfish, how big? Like compare it to
Dinner
something.
plate.
What?
Dinner plate.
Like, dinner plate.
The top of it,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I feel like I would see, maybe 6 feet, like Christmas tree size of tentacles.
Producer, pull them up.
No, that is AI.
It's not.
You're
Connor. A lion's mane jellyfish.
That's perspective.
The bell, which is like the dome part of the jellyfish that you're talking about.
Audio listeners, hold on. Audio listeners, it looks like an alien spaceship that is gigantic and a tiny person next to it. It is ridiculous.
Isn't that so funny?
How have I never heard of this?
Connor's like, me too. Connor's like the big, and I would say the same thing. If I was like the largest species of jellyfish, I would probably think like, I don't know, it's like a microwave across or something across the top.
If I saw that in the wild, I would poop myself so fast.
Ew. The bell, which is like the gelatinous part, right? The dome of the jellyfish can be 8 feet across. That's 2.4 meters across. But you know what makes them the longest? 8 feet across. Connor's using a tape measure right now. Wait, let me hold it on.
I'm out of this one's not long enough.
This goes 7 feet? 6?
Yeah, 7 feet.
Okay, imagine here, +1. Wait, you do +1 on that side. +1. Okay, it's the length of our screen. Is the diameter of the bell of this jellyfish.
Jesus.
But that's not what makes it world's longest. What makes it world's longest is its tentacles. Guess how long? 8.8 feet across is 2.4 meters across. Guess how long their tentacles can be?
16 feet.
Oh.
More? 20?
120. Producer, pull it up.
What is going on? How have I never heard of
Their
this?
tentacles can be 120 feet or 36.5 meters long.
Longer than a blue whale.
Yes.
And is that a tiny diver at the top of the picture for scale?
Yeah.
This is the aliens that the United States government is talking about that's living in our ocean. We've discovered it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to look any further. That's ridiculous.
And they're just freaking free floating, man. They're
What do they
foraging
eat?
predators. They're foraging predators. Yeah.
Like just fish if they get.
Yeah. So they
Okay.
float around the ocean, by the way, mostly solitary, but sometimes if currents are crazy, then they'll like all come together and there'll be like a bunch of them like floating together. Like
It's
in
super
the
cool,
Arctic waters.
But super scary. Arctic?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not in the water for that. Okay, cool.
Crazy. actually produce. Oh yeah, found in open waters in Arctic and northern Pacific Ocean. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cold water.
So they're foraging predators. I'm going to talk a little bit about how jellyfish stinging works because I don't know if anyone actually knows, and I don't think that we've really talked about it. Like, jellyfish sting, but like how?
Right.
Because they're not really like injecting you with something or biting you or whatever. So they have up to 1,200 tentacles. These jellyfish.
That's a lot.
And they're all equipped with nematocysts that contain poison that stun prey when they're enveloped. So yes.
Do you have their age?
No.
I just looked it up. It says off the top of the search, 12 months is their average lifespan.
That is insane.
To grow that fast, that big, I feel
That's
like
awesome.
I'm spreading misinformation here because that can't be. But Oceana is confirming. That's crazy.
So funny. So yeah, they just float around and they envelop prey with their tentacles and then digest them that way. So how they work, how nematocysts work, they have venom-containing stinging cells called niticytes. I
like a
had that
protein,
earlier and
right?
I forgot. Well, we pull up a picture of them, how these work. It's actually super, super interesting. And so venom is injected via nematocysts, which is like that little harpoon thing, right? So these cells, or audio listeners, we're looking at, think of like cross sections of a hair follicle. And there's like 3 steps here. So that's on the left side, that's a cell before it's triggered. There's like a little trigger point outside the cell. And if it's chemically or mechanically triggered, it opens up and it is literally spring loaded. Like,
yeah, it's a trap. It's a booby trap.
Yeah, it's a harpoon. So when the cell opens, because it's been triggered, so if you brush up against it, the cells get triggered, it opens up, seawater rushes into that follicle. I'm saying follicle because it looks like a hair follicle.
That's a good way to describe
and the springs shoot out this harpoon that has venom in it. And then the harpoons go in you.
There's a thread to it too.
Yeah.
Does that thread stay with the tentacle? Okay.
No. Which is why, like, they can keep firing after the jellyfish dies. Like, they can still be in there. This process can occur in less than a millionth of a second, which makes it one of nature's fastest biological processes.
That's cool.
Which is very cool. There are very few human deaths from lion's mane jellyfish.
Right.
Crazy way to go, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
getting tangled up in it.
Dude. Oh my
stinging
god.
You like crazy.
Oh my god.
But people aren't really in the water, like those cold waters either.
But there are around 100 people killed a year via jellyfish, which is more people than sharks, sea snakes, and stingrays combined.
That's so cool.
Yeah, crazy fact.
Sad for those 100 people.
But it's not those lion's mane jellyfish. It's like mostly box jellyfish. This is what a box jellyfish looks like.
They're tiny, like microscopic almost, right?
Yeah, and they're super venomous, and they definitely kill people, which is too bad. Also, don't pee on it. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
I heard vinegar.
You have to denature the proteins.
And don't put fresh water on it either, because that'll like re-trigger the nematocysts.
I've seen some things like you gotta scrape it out. I can't quite remember.
But you can do vinegar, or you could put it back in seawater. Will help like to get some of those out. But no fresh water, and don't pee on it.
Carefully pluck visible tentacles with a fine tweezer. Soak the skin in hot water to denature the proteins. Apply. Yeah, the hot water is like all they're saying, and then just afterwards, just put hydrocortisone cream on it. So
yeah,
that's Mayo Clinic. Yeah, you don't have to do anything crazy. Just get the hot water.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, 120-foot long tentacles, 8 foot across bell. Again, 36.5 meters long of tentacles and 2.4 meters across.
The original picture we saw was definitely what's not a proportion. Perspective enhanced. Still very, very large.
I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, it's 8 feet across. You put that guy like.
That's.
It's a dramatic photo.
It is a very dramatic photo.
This is from Forbes.
I mean, that's very cool. It's definitely a perspective thing, but very, very cool. Because that looks like that's like 30 feet across right there. Maybe.
No, it does not. If that guy was straightened out. And he's like a 6 foot tall guy.
But it's also at a curve, so it looks, instead of wide, it looks longer. Wide.
Connor's in denial that these things exist.
I poop my pants right there.
So cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Also, a reminder that sea slugs can Kirby jellyfish. Like sea slugs can eat jellyfish tentacles and like absorb nematocysts and then use them for their own as their own weapon.
That's really cool.
Like Kirby. I just want everyone to remember that because it's one of the coolest things I've learned in researching
That
the
is
podcast.
really cool. Well, are you ready here? I've got an extinct world's longest land animal, I guess. Mm-hmm. Here's how you say it. I want to make sure I say it right.
Mamenchisaurus.
Mamenchisaurus. There we go. So they lived. Here, pull up a picture of a Mamenchisaurus.
Wow.
Bam. So they lived 160 million years ago, the Jurassic period, in what is now China.
It looks like the dinosaur when he goes, they do move in herds.
In Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yep.
They know what I'm talking about.
I love the beginning parts of Jurassic Park, but I never watched past the middle because I don't care for like dinosaurs eating people.
I can't handle how annoying the kids are in that movie. They're
Yeah.
stupid. No offense. They ruin it for me.
100%. We should watch it on the Patreon.
Yeah.
So a quick disclaimer, I'm going to be talking about research that's partial and not complete. So some of the numbers might change, but we're going to go with it because it's super, super cool. So the smallest one of these Mamenchisaurus are 50 feet long. The incomplete research one is 115 feet
Oh my
long.
gosh.
So that's 35 meters.
Like head to tail.
Yep, head to
Dang.
tail. So it's a bit larger than a blue whale. 3-ish school buses or 23 miles. It could weigh up to 80 tons, which is 72.5 thousand kilograms, or 2 sperm whales, or 1,763.7 miles.
Dang.
Which is actually not as heavy as I thought it would be, because like blue whales, because like they're a little bit longer than blue whales, and they weigh a lot less.
Yeah, but a blue whale's like a brick and they got legs.
Yeah, that's true. So their neck is 31 feet long. That's max. So 93 or 9.3 meters or 5 miles long. So the big question that scientists have are like, why do you need a neck that long?
Yeah.
And
For eating leaves.
how does it not tip over?
Oh.
Also, because like you have just so much weight over there, and you extend it out past the fulcrum of the body, and so why do you think it needs a long neck like that?
For
Ryan?
eating leaves off of trees.
Why do they need to do that?
To survive.
Okay, well, there's a lot of animals, especially in the Jurassic period, that are competing for the foliage.
Okay.
And so they want to reach the higher and higher delicious foliage that other animals can't get to.
Maybe it's also sexual selection. And they whack each other with their necks.
It could. We don't know.
Bigger neck,
Equals
more
better.
successful male.
And also helps them reach more higher up things. So like the
Neck
average
arms race.
tree height. So okay, we just went over the largest or the tallest tree was 380.8 feet. Claire, Black Hat, special guest. Hello. It's that tall. So what do you think the tallest trees were back in the Jurassic period?
Sorry, what are they today?
380 foot is like the tallest that we just talked about, Hyperion.
How big, how long, how tall were they then?
In Jurassic period, yeah. What do you think? Bigger or small, or smaller or bigger than 380?
Bigger.
Oh, okay, no. It's 100, like they average around 100 feet.
Okay.
So if you have 115 foot, you're
It's
going to be able
not
to
like
reach
their
everything.
necks are like 100 feet.
So in the Jurassic period, plants, are still figuring out how to grow really tall.
Yeah.
And figure out how to use woody material to get up high.
Huh.
But they're starting to figure it out, and there's a ton of trees trying to fight for sunlight. So you're starting to have like the 100-foot trees there, which is really cool. So, so how did they not tip over? What do you think? Because it's like super dense bone, right? So they can hold up all that weight. Wrong. They have air in their bones. So like birds today have air sacs.
That's very interesting.
To make it a lot lighter. So here is a picture of their competition in the Jurassic period. Maya, please describe this scale.
Are they the rightmost one?
Yes.
a human is like almost the height of their legs, and then the rest of their body is like way more human.
It's like
I don't know what that is to
100
scale.
and-
I don't know how tall their head is.
It's like, 10-story building up there
Sure,
compared
okay.
to a human, or 11-story. So it's the other thing that they had to deal with, and this is like what scientists think this is like the max length a neck could biologically be made as, because how do you pump blood all the way
Yeah.
up there? You have to have a gigantic heart.
Yeah.
And they think there's possibilities that they rarely went up super high, because if they went up too fast, they would faint and pass out.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Because they couldn't get blood up to their brain. So yeah, huge heart to kind of compensate for that. And they also think maybe that they were like grazers and they just used it to get across rivers or something. I don't know, like it would go down the grass and whatnot, and rarely would go up. And maybe it was just sexually dimorphic. That's why they were that way. But we don't know. It's all just guesses, because there's nothing even close to that size today.
That's crazy. I wish we still had them.
It would be
really
really
do.
cool. What's the common one that's like super long neck that we talk about? Like in The Land Before Time? Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus.
Okay.
I don't know my dinosaurs.
I'm starting. Okay, I went down a huge rabbit hole. I actually quite like dinosaurs now, which is a problem, because every time we dig out Alveus, we look for fossils. Now that I know what to look for, and I want to get a fossil kit, and we can find a lot of really cool fossils, like fish fossils and underwater fossils at Alveus while we're digging.
That'd be cool.
So I'm gonna start looking.
I hate doing dinosaur research. It's hard.
It's a lot of speculation, which is hard for me.
It's hard to find good info or know what's good info.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your viewer suggestion. Do we want to do a quiz this up? No? Okay.
We got plenty of time for me to destroy you on Patreon.
Excellent. We're going to go over to the Patreon and film a bonus episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for checking us out on Patreon. Thank you for liking and subscribing.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.